I live in Denver. So the people that are living in these sanctioned cities, we are slowly losing control of our cities. And the government's not doing anything. Governor Polis in Colorado, he is not doing anything about the apartment complex that has been taken over by Venezuelan gang members that have come over illegally.
This is a different kind of civil war heading in our direction. Now, you guys heard what that lady said in the video. The video is actually 9 minutes long. It was on TikTok. I'm going to post it on Rumble. I think that's probably the only place I might be able to get away with posting it. Or maybe I'll post it later on here and see what happens. Nonetheless, guys, in this video, she goes on to say that illegal migrants who are taking over places in the country, Denver right now is having a big problem. And that they have raided 2 gun stores, a smash and grab at that, at 2 gun stores in Colorado. She states that they're getting strapped up. Now, the Venezuelans that are doing this are the Venezuelan gang that I've been talking about for the last few months, that Tren de Agua gang, right? This gang, guys, is the gang that is growing phenomenally fast here in the United States. They are taking over neighborhoods across the nation. Not just New York, not Detroit, across the nation. When I saw this video, I thought to myself, Denver is the last place I would have thought these people would have moved to. Hotter climate because, you know, the Venezuelans. No, they moved there and they're already starting their shit and they're taking over neighborhoods there and they're stealing weapons. Now, they broke into 2 gun stores. It was unclear, at least when I read it, how much they stole, but they did steal enough to make a difference, but not enough to empty out the gun store. If that makes sense. So with that, guys, they are moving and growing at an alarming rate. I told you that they gave the green light a month ago. They gave the green light to shoot at cops. They have a criminal organization here in the East Coast coming from New York all the way down to Florida, running guns back and forward. They have drugs, sex trafficking, a thievery gang, a moped gang that mugs people. They got all of that shit going on here in New York. I'm pretty sure it's in other cities as well. The problem is, guys, is that because they're growing so fast and they are moving to smaller towns, as I was told by a subscriber in one of the comments, they are moving to smaller towns. What are you prepared to do? Because the problem is, guys, you're seeing them. You know who they are. And I know a lot of us don't want to start flying off the handle if we are unsure if these people are even part of that gang. But if you recognize it, are you going to do something about it? Because here's the problem. You're dealing with a gang at a global. They're a global organization, if you will, right? Because they're here, Canada, and I think another country. They are fairly big. But they're not that big yet where they cannot be handled. And we should be handling them. We should see them popping up in certain places and getting rid of them by any means necessary. We shouldn't be allowing them to set up shop in our towns or wherever you live and getting on with it. Selling drugs, moving kids and women across the border, start stealing shit, doing the smash and grabs that they normally been doing. If they go to smaller towns, I think we're going to see more push in robberies and burglarizations of homes. They are burglarizing homes, I think, in Florida and here in New York, but it's not as bad because, you know, a lot of homes are harder to break into here, and it's not that kind of shit that you want to get involved in. Nonetheless, they're still doing it. So where are you going to lie if they end up in your small town? Now, I know a lot of small town people and sheriffs, they're not going to have it. So there's going to be some interesting shit happening to these people in these small towns. Right now, they're not in this neighborhood because you got a couple of Dominican gangs that are keeping them out for now. They're not in a couple of neighborhoods throughout the Bronx because you got the Bloods and the Crips and the other gangs keeping them out for now. But they are growing at an alarming rate. They are becoming a problem. But where I stand right now is I'm ready to get into that fight, but more people have to get into that fight. And that's what I mean by it's going to be a different kind of civil war because we're warring with gangs. I don't know if you would classify that as a civil war, but we are warring with gangs and we have to keep the pressure on them to keep them out of these cities, to keep them out of your neighborhood, rather. Sorry, because they're already in the cities. To keep them out of your neighborhood. Things have to happen. Examples have to be made. People have to be put on a post somewhere, if you know what I mean. Because this, guys, is only going to get out of control. And if we choose the path of cowardice and put our heads down and pretend that it's not happening, before you know it, your loved ones are going to get raped and or put into sex trafficking. Your home is going to be burglarized and probably for fun burned down to the ground. They're going to be raping the stores in the area. They're going to have to shut down, as we're seeing numerous stores here in New York City shut down because, well, thievery as a whole, not because of just that gang, but as a whole. They're stealing so much, places are shutting down because they can't afford it anymore. Well, these people move to your small town. Where do you think they're going to start stealing from? Right? So again, guys, a lot of these people are running out of money because there is money being given to them, but it's only to a certain amount of illegals that are here. So those that are not getting it, they're going other places and they're starting their crime syndicate bullshit there. Now, Venezuela emptied out their prison with all of their bad guys and let them go. A lot of them are here in the United States, but they're also in Mexico and a couple of other countries moving up from Venezuela to the United States. But a lot of them are here starting their shit. Venezuela's crime dropped from what I've read, or rather I heard, was anywhere between 50 to 80%. That's a lot because they got rid of all their criminals. So again, guys, but our crime is steadily going up. Now, has it drastically gone up to that level? No, but we are seeing it with our own two eyes. I don't care what anybody's stat says. I don't care what the United States stat says. I don't care what New York City stat says. We're watching crime spike at an all-time high. We are watching more of it with our own two eyes. People are recording more of it. And yet New York City stats are going, well, crime's going down. Well, crime's going down because of the election season. They want Kamala Harris to look good. It also goes into the national database where they want Kamala Harris to look good. The crime stats will go down in these cities. And so when it reaches the national database, it comes down and they go, look, under Biden, it came down. Kamala Harris did a good job. Right? So they're lying about the crime itself, but we're seeing more of it. That's without a doubt. Anyway, guys, where are you going to stand? Are you going to fight, run, or ignore it? Which is pretty much running, right? You have to choose. We have to make this clear that something has to be done when they enter your town. You got to do something or you're going to lose ground and you're going to be fucking homeless, missing people in your neighborhood because they're going to start trading them and putting them in the sex trafficking industry. You choose, but you have a choice. Before they get there, you have to make a decision of what you're going to do and how far you're going to go. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.